you're just gonna sim one season at a time.
All right, DMB fans, Pat and Ed here. We're going to do something fun today. Pat, you want to talk about this a little bit? You mentioned it on our postseason stream. You were like, hey, there could have been like a difference in this if my team had been a little bit different earlier in the year. I think that was it, something like that, wasn't it?
Yeah, I was just curious, like um, simulating a few seasons and seeing, what different outcomes could have occurred.
Pulled a trigger on a trade a little sooner or something like
Yeah,
that.
yeah.
I think that is an excellent question. So, what I've got here is I've got the 2019 season. Let's just run some sims.
Cool. You
All
gonna
right.
just do one season at a time, or how you gonna do it? Or can you?
Yeah. So the game has this ability to basically just sim an entire season, and so that's what's on the live stream right now. Is just the screen, the Diamond Mine screen, and it's showing how it just rips through all the games, the entire schedule, pretty quickly. If I had a
Well,
faster computer, it'd be even faster. I need to probably upgrade this thing. But yeah, in a couple minutes we'll have a full season simmed, and we can look and see how things could have been different in like an alternate universe, which is which is the title of this live stream, 2019, the season in an alternate universe.
I like it.
So we're about 30 games in so far, and the short bus is sitting atop the Harry Carey, and the Rottens sit atop the Buck, but it's close.
Where am I at?
You're in third, two back, but see, it keeps changing. So um, the Noswad's a surprising second. I'm sure Carl will be dreaming on this outcome, but it's early.
Well,
Sorry, what?
I just think it's interesting because the disparity in home and away games.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of people maybe aren't paying attention to that, and then they played a bunch of games on the road, and they start tanking,
Mm-hmm.
and just curious to see how it played out.
Yeah, it's definitely. I mean, you can get like a wide range of outcomes every time you sim a season.
Yeah,
But we'll sim a bunch, and like that will smooth out the oddball season where the spacemen finish in first or something.
yeah.
Which
Anything's happening.
I don't think that's happening, but yeah, there could be some oddball seasons here. So we're about at the midpoint now. The Voodoo Dogs are 51 and 29, and the Rottens are 50 and 31. Lecoq is at 47 wins. Noswad's at 47. Short Bus and Stormtroopers are right behind the Voodoo Dogs. So yeah, we're zipping right along. But I think it would be interesting once we get maybe several sims to see if there's some really interesting outcomes. You just never know. Like all we did in our regular season was sim once. And in any sim, something weird can happen. So,
Yeah,
let's check it out and see what we get. But, uh, no huge surprises so far, I would say. Um, Broner's playing about 500. Steve playing about 550. Endorphins playing about 550. I'd say the big surprise is the Short Bus. He's playing 620 ball right now, about 110 games in.
I don't remember his roster very well.
Well, he has that Trout guy.
Yeah, I do remember that guy.
He had Johan Moncada, Chris Sale, God, I'm forgetting about a lot of probably really good players on this team. Almost have to look at the stats, I think. Justin Turner. Drawing a blank. So right now we're 130 games in and starting to see a little separation. But the Noswads are holding tough at in second place. And the Carp have moved ahead of Lecoq a little bit. It's pushed a gap out there. But we're almost done with this first sim. Right now it's a tight race in the carry between the Voodoo Dogs and the Short Bus. Stormtroopers holding 3-game lead for third. Craig's team is struggling a little. He's at 500.
What place is he in?
He's in 5th. 6 games behind you. Oh, you got hot there. You had a roll and you pushed back into 3rd place. It's neck and neck for 3rd place between the Carp and Lecoq. And we're just about done here with the first sim. Yeah, I definitely need to run this on a faster computer. Alright, we're done. Oh, this is before the last games were put in. So 160 games, which that's fine. I mean, that's basically the whole season. So 160 games we had in the Buck. The Rottens won 101. The Noswads won 92. Congrats, Carl, you made the playoffs in this universe. The Carp prevailed with 88 wins. Your team finished with 86. The Thunderbolts with 78 and 82 record. Dave with 63 wins, and Chris with 43. I bet he'd have loved this outcome. Instead of losing 135, he lost 117, and still got the first pick. In the carry, we had the Voodoo Dogs with 97 wins, the Short Bus with 94, the Stormtroopers with 92, and the Endorphins with 84, and everyone kind of fell back behind that. So what's interesting here is 2 pretty big differences, right? We had the Noswads landing in 2nd place. That's a huge difference. Yeah. I guess kind of with that, then Craig went from, I don't know, whatever he won, 100 games or something, to 78. So that's sort of flip-flopped there. Carl and Craig almost like reversed roles. Yeah. You finished in 4th still. That's kind of unchanged. But the other big difference is in the carry. The Short Bus won 94 games there in the playoffs. Huge difference. Brad was the 4th in this universe. Brad was in 4th place, and so he, instead of going to the World Series, he would have been out. He'd have just been sitting with the in-laws that day, not even thinking about Diamond Mine probably. So let me do something here. Let me save these box scores and all that stuff. And let's go into another universe and try this again. Okay. If you're down. Yeah, it's pretty cool. Alright. And whoa. Strange. Alright. Report.
How long did that take to run the whole sim? About 5 minutes?
Yeah. I'll time the next one.
I was just curious. It's not that it's that big a deal. Just
yeah, I'm kind of curious too. I wasn't paying attention. It was actually slower than I thought it would be. I thought it'd be a little quicker, but this machine I'm running it on is a 1st generation i7.
Commodore 64.
Yeah. Yeah, kind of. It's not much newer than that, but it is an.
What was that called on that? Microleague, right?
Oh yeah, Microleague. Well, Commodore 64 did that. I'm trying to remember if that also had. That might have had No, there was no Diamond Mine Baseball for that. Yeah, we played Micro League on that. Um, maybe that was it. Gosh, I can't really remember. All right, so I'll upload those. Let me get another season started. Restart
Okay.
the season. And you can see all these screens, like if you go back and watch the live
The
stream,
live stream.
or watch it'll be archived later. So,
Okay.
um, yeah, so along the way, if you have any questions about what's going on, let me get these uploading. Create a section on the server. And if you're still thinking about, I think it's, we mentioned this in the live stream also, if you're still thinking about being interested in maybe running the games, we could split the workload across several people. I could help you find a laptop if you don't have one already.
Yeah, I do not.
Could help you find a laptop. So like when you're only playing a single day's worth of games, it really doesn't matter as long as it has Windows. It'll run the games.
Okay.
And so, because when you're only playing like 8 games in a day, it only takes like a few seconds. This is taking a little longer because we're running,
160 games, yeah.
Yeah.
That still didn't take very long.
No, it doesn't. And I started this and I didn't set the timer, but let's see, how far in are we? Not very. We'll set my timer. Oops. Stopwatch, actually. There we go. So, well, we're 60 games in. Alright, let me get these uploading. 2019. Oops, desktop.
My Cowboys got killed again.
Oh, really? How have they done this year?
They're terrible. They're 2-5.
We need to bring Aikman back, huh?
They have, well, their quarterback was having a great season and he broke his foot or his ankle, and then their defense is just terrible. It's worse than the league.
So have there been any like outbreaks in the NFL, like COVID outbreaks?
Yeah, the Titans had like 20 some guys, so they postponed a couple games and like changed their bye week and stuff like that. They're playing right now today though. But there's a few guys out. But I guess if one of the guys in there, like, there was a lineman that tested positive, so they isolated all the linemen and they did it virtual, remotely as far as the practices. And they've been able to like stop this for the most part.
Have there been any instances where they've been able to like do contact tracing where they've like found like it passed from one guy on a team to like a lineman on the other team or anything?
I don't know. They all wear these. I don't even know what they call them, but I think all of them have these like monitors on them that can tell who they've been in contact with, or.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah, so they're. It's going pretty well. What is it, week 7?
Wow. So they've really only had one team that have had to like set aside some games.
Yeah, I think there might have been some others, but that was the most, the most guys.
How early in the season did that happen? Were they like the Marlins of the NFL, kind of the first team, and it got pretty bad?
It was like a week or 3, maybe.
Okay.
But they've caught up their games already. They're in their 6th game right now.
How do you catch up games in the NFL?
They just everybody has a week, so they moved their bye week to the game. The team they're going to play, I think they both counted that as their bye. then rescheduled that game for one of the other teams' bye weeks. You know, I think there's teams that have played 7 games, teams that have played 6, but pretty close.
Yeah, because in the NFL, that's got to be a lot trickier because if the team that has the breakout, their bye week is week 7, and the team they were supposed to play, you know, their bye week was week 9. Like, that gets to be tricky because there's no double headers in the NFL.
Yeah. What are the standings as of now?
Well, this season is almost over, and the Rottens are running away with this one. They're at 98 wins right now. The Voodoo Dogs are kind of doing something similar. They have 95 wins. But beyond that, the Carp are in second. Noswad's in third, tied with your outfit. And then in the other division, Matt's in first, Steve's in second, and Dorfin's in third, kind of how it finished. So, this universe is pretty similar. Finals were 103 wins for the Rottens, 90 for the Carp, 87 for the Noswads. They nosed you out. You had 85 wins. The Thunderbolts is 78, Harmonies with 67, and Chris with 49 wins. Wow. Once again, he does much better. Let's see, Voodoo Dogs 101, Stormtroopers 94, Endorphins 80 and 80. Burrs 79 wins, they were a game away from the playoffs, and the Short Bus 78 wins, Browners 73, and the Sluggers 56 wins. So, you know, this one finished a bit closer to how it actually was. Big difference, though, being the Noswads, again, landed in the playoffs, and Craig didn't. So that's, other than that, all the playoff teams were the same. So let me print that one. Website generation.
After you do so many, I'll check the stat out.
Okay, yeah.
I'd like to see, like, you know, differences, individual players.
Yeah, that's where, I think that's where we'll really see the big discrepancy from, you know, how our season finished in one of these alternate universes. There's going to be some crazy outcomes in some of these alternate universes. But that's what's kind of cool about this, I think, is to see some of those differences. Number 2. Alright, those are uploading, and so let's get the next season going. This one I'll have the stopwatch on right from the beginning. Game scheduled, autoplay. Alright, let's see how long it takes. So yeah, we're on simulation number 3.
You're place twice, and I'm 4th place.
Yeah. So, what do you think? Let's look into 2020 a little bit. How do you feel about your 2020 Lecoq outfit?
I think my offense should be awesome. I think against both sides, I have guys with over 1,000 OPS, like 6 guys against righties and lefties both. Most of them are, you know. My bullpen will be good, and then I don't know. I acquired a bunch of draft picks, so I'm only missing my first round pick. So I think last year I went into the draft with less picks, so I think I'll be able to put together somewhat of a starting rotation, and go from there. I think my offense is way better than it was this year, though. But I don't know. I mean, everybody maybe has this, similar.
I don't know. Offense
Short.
offense is down in 2020 compared to 2019. I mean, there's some great individual performers, but if you have like some of those standout hitters, yeah, you could really have a pretty great team.
But I always think my team's good, and it doesn't
Yeah,
doesn't always necessarily translate.
yeah. I mean, it's kind of tricky to know because I mean, it's easy, especially this is still effectively an all-star league. It's easy to look at your team and go, man, I got so many good guys, I got this great shortstop. But then when you start looking around at some of the other good teams, you realize like,
Yeah.
So really, until we start seeing rosters, but I don't know. I think I know like that Hayes guy that you have. I mean, any guy that hits 500 against lefties, he's just going to be pretty good.
Yeah.
And you have two guys that hit 500 against lefties, don't you? Or did you, or maybe it was just one. Maybe it's that there's two in the league.
Trying to think of the. So I have like two guys at least. I have like a 1300 OPS, I think, against.
Who has your best ops against righties?
Soto, maybe Freeman. Betts is over 1,000. Hayes is over 1,000. Yastrzemski's like, I think he's 9 something. 970.
That's still pretty good.
Who am I missing? Travis Tornell's over 1,000.
Oh yeah, he was good. Well, we're almost at the 4-minute mark, and we're about 120 games in.
All right, where we at? Are you at first again?
Yeah, I'm 82 and 40. Craig's in second at 70 and 52. Noswads are in third with 67 wins. Dave, bit of a better showing this time. He's a little over 500 with 66 wins. You're at 500 with 64 wins. The Carp, scuffling. They're down there in 6th place, below 500, 64 wins, 65 now. And in the carry, we have the Stormtroopers in first with 81 wins, the Voodoo Dogs with 75, and the Browners, look at that, 71 wins. They got a big 7-game lead over the 4th place team too. The Browners, man, they might go to the playoffs. That'd be exciting over in Brownerland.
Brownerville.
What's that?
Brownerville.
Sounds like Brownerville, but what's that guy's name? Margaritaville guy song.
Jimmy Buffett.
Jimmy Buffett, that's his name. Well, let's see. Looks like in the buck it's going to be the Rottens, the Thunderbolts, and the Noswads going to the playoffs. And in the carry, it's almost there, but the Troopers are going to win the division, barring a complete collapse. Nope, it's locked in. So the Rottens win 109 games, score 1,000 runs, allow the fewest runs in the league. Holy crap. I'll be looking forward to looking at this universe. And the Stormtroopers, Voodoo Dogs, and Browners go to the playoffs. How about that? Crazy.
Wow.
Wow. Alright, let's...
What was that, season 3?
That was season 3. Definitely, if we're going to do this... Actually, this would be a kind of fun thing to do every year. just with a faster
Yeah.
computer. Let's do that.
How many seasons are you gonna run?
I don't know. Maybe we'll run 10,
Okay.
15, whatever you've got the stomach for. I was thinking it would go a little faster than this, but yeah. Alright, let's restart the season and do it again. Line them up. Rack them up.
I'm gonna make the playoffs this season.
Yeah? Let's see it.
Be a third.
Gonna land a big third place.
Well, obviously you have the best team, it seems like to me.
Yeah, the Rottens have made a good showing so far, but early on the Carp are charging out ahead. They're 11-4. Rottens scuffled a bit out of the gate this time, but here they come. Well, maybe not. False start there.
Do you have any of the stats uploaded?
Yeah, actually, there's some uploading now. So, oh, I'll have to send you a direct link. I'll add one to the webpage later. Okay. There we go. When you get a minute, just I texted you a link to the stats.
You there?
Yeah, I'm here.
Okay.
Yeah, you should.
What's it under? Just hits. It says parent directory 2019. Hit that.
Yeah, 2019, and then each number is a different.
Oh, I got you.
Play. Yeah. Yeah. Well, after a shaky start, the Rottens have climbed atop the division. Lecoq is. They better put their foot on the gas pedal if they're gonna do anything here. They got to put the pedal to the metal and the thing to the floor if they're gonna make the playoffs. Because right now it's not looking so good in Lecoqville.
All right, I'm looking at season 1. Oh, this is from the beginning of the year, right?
Mm-hmm. Oh, yeah.
Is there any way you could run, like, because I made a bunch of trades. I'm just curious if you could do, like, end of the season.
Yeah, we could do that.
See how the big of a difference it made.
Yeah, do you want to, how many of these do you want to run then? You want to just not do any more of these, or?
We could do, I mean, you want to do 10 of each and just see what the difference is?
Yeah, let's do that. Because definitely for teams that made a lot of trades, like, I mean, your team was a different team by the end of the year. You know, anyone who bought a season ticket thinking they were going to watch Yelich and company, they definitely had a different product on the field at the end of the year.
I'm looking at the season 1 stats leaders. But what is that? RES? How do you pronounce that for the Voodoo Dogs?
What is it?
ARRAEZ.
Oh, Arise.
Arise.
I think.
Hit 350.
Dang.
Yelich led in homers.
How many did he hit?
61. Snow 60. Soler 59. Trout 58. Gallup.
Who was second?
Sano hit 60.
Oh, wow.
Soler 59. Trout 58. Acuna 48. And Judge hit 47.
Nice.
Buxton had 72 doubles. Yeah, I'm gonna look at pitching.
All right.
Savali 338, Lynn 339, Giolito 358, Lamette 358, Darvish 401. I'll just read yours. Verlander had 306 strikeouts for me.
Nice.
Wins leaders. Yeah, bro. 19 wins. Lynn 18.
A lefty
Lynn.
led the league. Crazy.
Yeah. I'll do season 2.
Cool. We're almost done with this replay. Again, the Noswad's in second.
Maybe should have held on to a squad, huh?
Yeah.
Batting leader, season 2. Ursula, 335. That same guy for Matt, 329. Gurriel, 301 for me, 321 for Yelich. You don't have anybody else. Joey Gallo led the league with a 752 slugging percentage.
Wow.
It's 74 bombs. Yelich 68, Soler 65, Acuna 63, Bregman at 55, Carlos Correa at 56 homers.
Holy crap.
Yeah. Buxton 70 doubles.
Jeez. So this
Hey,
this season just finished. I'll read off just the top 3 in each division, and then you get back to hearing some stats. This is kind of cool. Rotten's 106 wins, Noswad's 97, Carp 96, and in the carry we had 97 wins for the Voodoo Dogs, 92 for the Stormtroopers, and 89 for the Endorphins. So pretty much the same playoff group, except once again the Noswads slipped in ahead of the Thunderbolts. So anyway, back to regularly scheduled programming, stat reading.
Okay, pitching leaders. Glass now 297, Ryu 312, Darvish 412. None of my guys. Let's see, wins. Lucchese 19 wins. Hendricks 18. Castillo at 17 for you. Woodruff 16. Descalafani 15 for you. Bieber and Bueller each had 15 for me. Okay. Season 3. Batting leaders. Matt's again 353. I had Yelich, Bogarts, Marte, and Brantley all hit 300.
Nice.
Soler led in slugging 691. He had 1, 2, 3, 4 guys in the slugging leaders. Home runs, Soler 77, Puna 62, Judge 59, Bregman 56. Pitching. Glass now 285.
Wow. He's good.
Darvish 297. Woodruff 386. Winners. Savali 20 wins. Castillo 19. Darvish 18. Verlander at 16.
Nice.
Um,
In that universe, he was loved in Lecoq Land.
yeah, I wonder what his ERA was. Or home runs allowed. Is that a separate stat? Home runs? Should say.
On the leaders page, I don't know. Yeah, I think it is a stat.
Strikeouts per 9. Beaver, Verlander gave a 51.
Well, that's manageable.
Beaver 54. What is that? Smith 62. Ray 54 for Feld. Okay. Do I need to refresh that page with season 4? You want to hear this for season 4?
Yeah, let's hear it.
Okay, batting leaders. Matt's guy again, 364. Urshela, 324 for you. Marte, 316. Alex, 292. Slugging leader. Bell for Brad. Marte at a 609 for me.
Nice.
Home run, Soler 66, Gallup 59, Acuna 59, Bregman 50. That's been pretty Buckman in doubles again.
How many did he hit?
65. Okay, pitching leaders. Giolito. How many wins did Jay have season 4? Because he had 3 guys in the ERA leaders.
Season 4, Jay had 96 wins.
Greinke had 20 wins for the Noswads.
Yeah, he had 97 wins that particular replay.
And Darvish had 16 for you. How did he pitch for you?
He pitched so poorly early on, he only ended up getting 7 starts for me. I've heard you call his name a few times, and I'm sitting here thinking, gosh, maybe I should have stuck with him.
Okay, home run allowed. Rich Hill 61. Verlander 55. See, Darvish gave up 55 home runs for you.
Not a big surprise.
Okay, that was season 4 leaders. Have you started season 5?
Season 5 is at game about 120. Yeah. That's interesting. There's some themes there, and then there's some outliers. You know, one of those seasons, I think you said Lamet had a good ERA, right?
Yeah.
He only ended up getting 3 starts for me because he was just, you know, the combination of wildness and home runs allowed. That's a pretty bad one in this game, especially in a season where it's just a lot of offense. So I didn't stick with him, and I don't know. Maybe that one season is the outlier, you know. But I heard you call Darvish at least twice.
I thought he was like a leader in 3 different seasons.
That's interesting.
See if I can find him again. Okay, season 1. He had a 4.01 ERA.
That's pretty good.
And he wasn't among the league leaders in wins. Season 2. He had a 4.12.
Not too shabby. Because the league ERA in our season was just under 5, if I recall. 480, 490, something like that.
Season 3 had a 297.
Wow.
And he won 18-3.
Dang.
And season 4, I don't remember if he was in there or not. He was not among the league leaders. 4.18 was the bottom ERA for league leaders.
Well, season...
He won 16-8, though. So the ERA couldn't have been terrible.
Yeah.
So he's been good every year, basically.
Should have stuck with him. How was I to know?
All right, how's season 5 looking?
Next year he'll be pretty good, I think, in 2020. Season 5 wrapped up with the Rattans with 100 wins, the Noswads with 92, and the Carp with 91. Over in the Kerry, the Stormtroopers with 102 wins, the Voodoo Dogs with 89, and the Broners, they get third place with a 79 and 81 record in the Kerry.
What was my record? My fourth or fifth?
You were fifth. You were 78 and 82, and Craig was 79 and 81. So he was a game ahead of you for fourth place. Let's push this up. Okay, season 5 is uploading. It'll take a minute or so. Let's get season 6 started, shall we? Whoa. There we go. Clicked the wrong button. I'm like, yeah, it shouldn't be done in a couple seconds. So, like some themes here. Buxton should lead the league in doubles, and let's see what he did in our season, in our particular universe that we live in. Batting leaders. You know, one name I haven't heard is that Hayura, but maybe you just haven't called it. But he led our.
I haven't seen him.
He led our league in hitting at 336. Arise was second at 327. Anderson third, 325. Doubles, Buxton hit 62. So that theme is carrying forward. The home run leaders have all been, pretty consistent from what you've read. Let's see. So season 5 should be uploaded now, Pat.
All right. Batting average. Devers, Arise isn't on there. Devers, Blackman, Mancata, Anderson, Vlad Guerrero hit 311.
Wow.
Marte at 308, J.D. Davis 305, Kendrick 304, Yelich 304, Freeman 303. Home run, Soler, Gallo, Suarez, Sano, Alonso, Bellinger, Judge, Bregman, Bruce, Kuna.
How many Bruce hit?
47.
Chris would have loved that.
Doubles. No Buxton on. Oh, there he is, 49. Dickerson's led with 60. All right, pitching. At the bottom of 407. Soroka, 329. Montaz, 353. Strasburg, Hendricks, Savali, Len, Steele, DeGrom, Corbin, Darvish. Wins leaders. Charlie Morton, 18. Greinke, 17. Paddock, 16. Beulah, 16 and 14. Wheeler, 15 and 8. Home runs allowed. Smith, 63. No Verlander.
Not even in the list?
No, 50's the cutoff. He didn't make it.
He must have thrown pretty well.
But, see, he's not been in the leaders for ERA in any of these. He threw 212 innings.
Any Darvish appearances in there?
Yep, he was number, what was it, 10? He was last on the ERA leaders with a 407.
Wow. Here I might have been sitting on somebody that could have been the difference.
He wasn't on the wins leaders with 14, but he had the highest winning percentage with a 765.
Wow, so he threw pretty consistently then.
Yep, every year he's doing good. Verlander's batting average against was 8. He gave up 6.9 hits per 9 innings. Okay.
That's interesting. There's definitely some themes starting to emerge, which shows some outliers, like in our league, right? I mean, the Noswads have made the playoffs several times, which didn't happen in our league. In our league, granted he made trades and traded out of it, but in our league, he won 75 games.
Yeah, I wonder when he started making trades, right? He was a little later than everybody else, I think, right?
I think so, yeah. Carl generally holds on for a while.
I don't remember what his schedule was like early on in the season either.
Yeah, I know Dave's schedule. Dave had a whole bunch of road games early in the season, but I don't remember with Carl's.
Yeah, that's Dave's was crazy.
His first, I'll get it wrong, but it was pretty crazy. Like his first 40 games, he had 32 on the road, I think. It was pretty dramatic. Wow. So season 6 is about to finish up, and it was one for the record books. The Rottens won 113 games.
Jesus.
The Carp won 100. The Noswads won 91, and you won 89. You were right. You were right in it to the end. Stormtroopers won 95. Matt won 88, and the Short Bus won 82. Short Bus has been getting on here just as often as Brad. That's kind of interesting. Let's kick these things out. Man, I kind of feel cheated here, man. I only got second place in our real league, and I think I've gotten first place in every replay.
And I've got like 4 in every replay or close to it, and that's where I finished. But I mean, I was close to third, and like all the, my roster was significantly better by the trading deadline,
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's something we'll definitely be able to see once we do a second set of replays. So, alright, so this one's uploading. That'll take about a minute. Let me get another one going. It's been kind of interesting. Darvish, man. So let me see what he did.
He did.
What's that?
Yeah, look and see what he did for you.
Yeah. So I gave him 8 starts. Oh, that's right. I gave him one kind of towards the end of the year, and he just didn't do very well. He was 1-4 with a 6.17 ERA for me. And the problem was home runs. 46 innings, 42 hits, 15 walks, 61 Ks. Up to that point, you're like, sounds like a solid pitcher, right?
Yeah.
17 homers. 17 in 46 innings.
Wow.
That's like
Verlander.
3.3 home runs per 9.
Yeah, I think Verlander was worse than that for me.
Oh my. Let me take a look at Verlander for you. Come on. Verlander was in 19 starts. He threw 114 innings, 110 hits, 36 walks, 166 Ks. All fine and dandy, right? 35 homers. So how many is that per 9? 2.8.
Oh. So he was worse or better.
Yeah.
All right, year 6. Batting leaders. Tim Anderson, 345. Ketel Marte, 331. Brantley, 328 for me. Rise is on there with 321. Bogart, 305 for me. You had Ursula, 306. And Devers was on there. Let's see, home run leaders. Judge, 65, still there, 65 for you. Acuna, 53. Correa, 51. Jay Bruce, 48. Cox, Yelich 52. Doubles, Buxton 70. Bogart 62 for me. Urshela 48. Marte 48. Brantley 43 for me. Marte had led the league in triples 14. So he hit good for a change. Like his stats kind of, the split stats showed anyway.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Pitching leaders. Ryu 276 for the Noswads.
Wow.
You have Woodruff on there, and that is it. Savali for Steve. Wins. Woodruff had 21-3 for you.
Nice.
Castillo 17-3. Deslafani 16-9. Bundy 16-10 for me. Okay. Home runs allowed. Smith again 71. Verlander, there we go, 61. Darvish gave up 52 this year.
What was his ERA when you get a minute? I'd be curious.
I'll look at your squad here.
In season 7, Pat, you're in contention.
For the first time.
You're solidly in second at the 120 game mark.
He had a 4.52 ERA. He was 8-8, 185 innings, 148 hits, 52 homers.
What was the ERA again? Sorry, I was
4.58.
still
or
like league average.
4.52. Sorry.
Yeah, better than league average. Sheesh. Now, of course, these replays, I mean, it kind of balances things out in the sense that I just took the lineups that were in there. So people tweak through the season, stuff like that, which isn't reflected. But in a way, that kind of levels the playing field for everyone. Because it doesn't allow somebody who's a big lineup adjuster and stuff like that to have a big advantage over someone who just lets it roll. Right now, you're going to win second place in this replay. Yep, you already have. Congrats, Pat. In season alternate universe number 7, you got second place and made the playoffs.
Did you get first again?
Yeah, it looks like that's going to be the case. I'll read the top 3. Rotten's 105 wins, Lecoq 96, and the Carp 89. In the carry, we have the Voodoo Dogs with 94, Stormtroopers with 88, and Endorphins with 81. Let's print these out and move on to 3 more left. 3 more replays.
That was season 7.
Yep. It's definitely interesting. I've heard Call Urshela's name quite a bit, so it makes me wonder, like, maybe I shouldn't have made that deal for Rendon.
Yeah, I haven't seen him on there.
Interesting. Alright, season 7 is uploading. There we go. Season 8 is underway.
Okay. All right, season 7 leaders. Batting leaders. Rays 356, Devers 317. What do you say, Urshela or Urshela?
I heard on the Yankees broadcast they called him Urshela.
350.
That's not how I would have said it, but yeah. Anyway.
He was on here for 315. My only guy was Mark 2. Home runs. Soler 66, Yellow 62, Gallo 57, Tuna 53, Bregman 50. Garber hit 52. Doubles. For me, Bogart's 54, Hugh Urshela 47. Nobody, one of us in triples. Buxton led with 15. All right, pitching leaders. Herman, the Brunners.
Who?
German, Herman. Is it Herman?
Oh, yeah, Herman. Yeah, okay.
296.
Wow.
Beaver 345. Castillo for you 366. That's it for us. Wins. Castillo led with 18. Bieber had 17. Verlander had 15 for me. Home runs. Loud. Boyd 65. Smith's up there again. 7. Verlander 5. I'll check. I'll check Darvish for you again.
Yeah. I'd be curious also, Lamet, what he did. Because I would think he'd be a pretty bad Diamond Mine pitcher in this league. But since he made the ERA list once, I'm just sort of...
He hit a 530 this season.
Yeah.
Darvish 448.
Not bad.
Woodruff at 528.
You said Castillo was like 360 something.
Yeah, you had one complete game on the season.
My team had one complete game.
Yeah.
Who? Castillo or DeSclafani?
DeSclafani. 420 team ERA.
Yeah, not bad.
Look at my team batting here real quick for season. What was that, 8?
7? I think I'm running 8 right now. Yeah, you finished in second here, so this was a good showing.
Sutter this year hit 285 with a 398 and a 553 slugging.
Nice.
Pitching. Verlander had a 493.
That's just crazy, you know, like Verlander, one of the best pitchers in the league, is a league average pitcher in Diamond Mine.
Yeah. That's why I made that Beaver trade, just because he gave up 6 homers to righties out of 16 hits. That just scared the shit out of me.
Mm-hmm. Don't blame me there. Alright, Season 8 is almost in the books. We're at Game 150.
What we got?
Right now we have Rotten's, Naswad's Carp, and in the carry we have Voodoo Dogs, Stormtroopers, Browners. Playing some 540 ball. Going to the playoffs. I got a feeling the Browners going to the Super Bowl. Not really. So yeah, totals are Rotten's 106, Noswad's 96, Carp 87. The Anti-Harmony's right on the Carp's heels though with 83 wins, and Lecoq finishing at an even 80 and 80. Over in the Carry, we had 96 wins for the Voodoo Dogs, 89 for the Troopers, and the Browners with 86 wins. Let's print these out. Boom. I'll have those uploading here shortly.
Okay.
Alrighty. Alright, Season 8 is uploading. Season 9. Season 9 is running.
So I've only finished the playoffs once, I think.
Yeah, you've been in the playoffs once. The big, Cinderella team here has been the Noswads.
Yeah.
They've been definitely a different team. Drastically outperforming their 75 win showing in our universe.
All right. Leaders: Arise 358, Urshela 337. I had Yelich 321, Marte 311. Nobody else for us. Slugging percentage: Jacques Peterson, Soler, Yelich, Urshela. That's it for us. Runs batted in. Pete Alonso led, Soler, and then Yelich. Marte had 122 RBIs for me. Judge 118 too. Doubles, Buxton led. Urshela had 60 for you.
Dang.
Triples, Marte had 9 for me. From home runs, Soler 67, Yelich 62, Alonso 60, Bruce 59, Garver 54, Peterson 52, Judge 51, Muncy 50, Bellinger 47, Gallo 47. A lot of the same. Extra base hits, Soler led with 100. Urshela had 98. That's it for you. Juan Soto, 104 walks for me. Bregman had 122 walks. All right, pitching leaders. Last now, Flaherty, Castillo, Barrios, Beaver, Paddock, Ryu, Desclafani, Strasburg, Wheeler. Cole led and strikeout 321. Wins. Desclafani 19, Steele 18, Wheeler 18, Grunke 18, Darvish 17. It's 7.
Jeez. It's making me sick to hear you keep calling his name.
Yarbrough 7. And who gave up the most homers? Boyd, 57.
But who was the strikeout leader for pitchers?
Cole.
Has he
Yeah.
pretty consistently in that spot?
Yeah. It went Cole, Sale, Verlander, Clevenger, Scherzer, DeGrom, Bieber, Joe Morton, Gallen. Chris had the top for home runs allowed. Boyd, Marquez, Ray, and Smith, 57, 57, 54, and 51. Lamette gave up 49 homers for you.
Yikes. Probably walked 100 guys, too.
I'll look real quick. He wasn't. 87 was the cutoff. He didn't make it.
Yeah. Didn't get enough innings.
Dakota Hudson walked 119.
Yikes.
All right. What are we on? Season 9er?
Season 9. We're at about 120 games right now. 130 almost.
Are you winning?
Yeah, we're doing pretty good, this one. 93 wins, 94 wins, 39 losses, 95 wins. Gosh. I must have really mismanaged my team and I should have just put my lineup in and just let Earl do it. Just shouldn't have done anything, Pat. Playing 685 ball here on cruise control.
What about everybody else?
It was my own worst enemy. Carper in second. Lecoqs are battling with the Noswads for third.
And what's Craig? 4th or 5th?
Craig is a little ways behind you. He's in 5th. I guess benefit of running the games.
Yeah. What's his WAR?
What's his what?
His WAR. Craig's WAR.
Oh, like pushing the buttons plus 40. Looks like. Let's see. He won 107 games in our universe, and in this one he won 73. So he's plus 34.
Wow.
Yeah. And Carl's then conversely must be minus 14.
Yeah.
So the Noswads edged you out, Pat. I'm sorry to inform you. He won 81 and you won 80. It was 105, 96, 81. In the carry, it was Voodoo Dogs 96, Stormtroopers 89, Browners 88 wins. Man, they keep winning more games. And the Endorphins with 87. Let's print this little boy out. Number 9. Number 9. Number 9. There it goes.
How many do you want to do for the other one? You just want to do 5 or so, or?
Yeah, we'll just go till we're just bored with it.
Okay. You still enjoying it?
Yeah, I mean, the thing is like we could just even stop with these 9 because it's really not changing much at this point.
Yeah. We could keep going until you don't get first. That might go on for the rest of the night, though.
I mean,
it
honestly hasn't been there haven't been any that have even been very close.
The other division it's been Matt the majority of the time, right?
Steve's won a lot of them.
Has he?
Yeah, I don't know what the exact breakdown is. I think Matt's probably won. So we've done 9. Maybe Matt's won 5 and Steve's won 4.
Okay.
No one else has won the division, I don't think. The short bus came close one season.
All right. Season 9 leaders. Arise, Verse, Blanco, Urshela, I have Bogarts and Marte on there. Bregman led in on-base percentage. Soto was 393. Bogarts 380 for me. Soler was third slugging. Bregman was sixth. Soto and Yelich were ninth and 10th. Soler had RBIs. Pino was fourth. Soto was sixth.
Interesting.
Doubles, Buxton. Bogart on there for me. Urshela on there for you. Triples. You don't have anybody. Marte had 10 for me. Home run, Soler. Acuna for you. Yelich for me. Okay, win. Or pitching. Class now. Montage, Yarborough, Gray, Hendricks, Sirocco, Lucchesi, whatever. Vermont, Cole led in strikeouts. You had Lamet, bottom of 240. Verlander, 20 and 8.
Dang.
Lucchesi, 19 and 5. Desclafani, 19 and 6. Darvish, 15 and 6. Woodruff, 15 and 7.
Woodruff's a pretty good pitcher, man. I don't know if you've seen him pitch at all this year, but
yeah. Darvish and Castillo were 2 and 3, or Darvish was tied first for batting average against. Let's see. Home runs allowed. Boyd, Sales, Freddie, Bueller, Berrios, Ray, Bieber, Ponce de Leon, Rodriguez. Okay. You want to do the other one?
What's that?
Do you want to do the end of the season?
Yeah, so I'm copying that season over now.
Okay.
Yeah, it's just taking a minute to get copied into the game.
It's kind of interesting.
Yeah, it's definitely there's some things that are surprising. There's some things that are, playing out exactly as they did before. Mostly, you've finished in fourth place a lot, and that is exactly where you finished with your beginning of the year team, so that's not too far off. The big difference, though, is in our league you won 96 games, and in a lot of I don't think you won 96 in any of these replays, but we're going to see something here, which I think represents, probably a better snapshot of how your team won 96 games.
Well, I think with all the trades I made, I should have at least finished in third place. It's kind of what I...
Well, Carl probably won't make the playoffs.
Yeah.
And
Craig,
Dave might compete with Chris for a last place finish.
Yeah.
Craig's team should be better because he made some trades that definitely made his team better. I don't know if my team will be any better or not, honestly, after seeing all those games. Did Jay really make any trades?
I don't think so.
Nothing significant if he did. I mean, his team was, pretty good to begin with. Alright, so I have... I have the end of the year stats punched in. Let's get this rolling.
I was looking at the season we did, with the season that actually happened. Minor had won 20 games, so I was going these seasons just to see how he did.
Mm-hmm.
Season 1, he was 12-14 with a 636. You may keep doing this.
Yeah, I'd be curious because on the individual level, there are some.
He had the most wins, right, for the league.
Let me look.
I said that. I saw that. But
20-7. Yeah, with he was 5th in ERA, 364.
this year he was 8-9 with a 454. Season 3. He's 14-10 with a 423.
That's pretty good.
Yeah. You don't know if he's picking spots, too, you know?
Yeah. But this is all smoothed out for everyone because like no one really got to pick any spots for their players. Yeah. This is just let them play. Let the kids play.
Yeah, this one he was 14-9 with 377.
So ERA wise, that's almost identical.
Yeah, do this. This one he had a 564. This one he had a 711. Yeah.
It's just lefties, you're gonna have that, you know.
Yeah, but yeah.
I mean, just frankly, that you could get a 3 anything below a league average ERA from a lefty in this season is a miracle. But you know, Yarbrough. Granted, Yarbrough has some advantages that you know no other pitcher really had, which is Matt's ballpark for half his games.
Yeah.
Corbin, I see in our actual league, in our universe, finished 9th in ERA with a 386. That's pretty impressive. Well, we're at the end of the year rosters. We're about 100 games in, a little over 100, and it's tight in the Buck. The Rottens and Lecoqs are battling it out for the title. Over in the Carry, it's tight between the Stormtroopers and the Voodoo Dogs. So, let's see how this finishes out.
Who's in third in our division?
The Carp are in third. But they're kind of a distant, I don't know, 7 to 9 games back. It sort of goes back and forth. And in third place in the Carry is the Short Bus. So we're at 120 games. Yeah, the Carp are closing the gap a little.
Are you still holding on?
It's tight. I'm up by 3 games right now. Well, there are 4 now. The Carp, they're in there. They're making their play. We're at 140 games now. Troopers opened up a little bit of a lead over the Voodoo Dogs, but the Voodoo Dogs just narrowed that. It's neck and neck now. Here we come down the stretch. 150 games. 98 wins for the Rottens, 95 for Lecoq, 86 for Carp. They fell back a little bit again. They lost 5 in a row.
What's the rest of our division?
After the Carp at 88 wins is the Thunderbolts at 81, Harmonies at 70, Noswads at 65, and Spacemen at 46. Oh, and so this has the final games, so it'll be more than 160 games.
Okay.
Wow, it's a nail biter right down to the end, Pat. Holy cow. Alright, that's it. Rottens win 108. The Pete's Lecoq win 105. Buffalo Carp win 95. And in the carry, both the Voodoo Dogs and Stormtroopers win 110. And third place goes to the Short Bus with a sub 500 82 and 84 record. Wow. Well, looks like your trade's paid off there, Pat.
Yeah.
I'm going to call this one just Season 10.
Okay.
Dang. Oh, what a difference a few trades make.
Yep. Well, apparently it still... I don't remember when I made all of them. I started pretty early, I think.
What was the first trade you made that was kind of like your, I don't know, different path forward? Do you know?
Might have been like Charlie Morton.
You got him from Dave?
Yeah.
So who had him?
I got him and Garber.
Oh, that's right, yeah.
Then I got Freeman and Betts and Granke.
Yeah.
I did a lot of changes in my bullpen, too. It might have been both changes. All right, season 10. Want to hear the leaders?
Yeah.
Okay, batting leaders. Kendrick led. Arise was second. Devers third. Gurriel was fourth for me. Marte was seventh. Slugging percentage: Gallo, Yelich, Alvarez, Huera, Gurriel, Devers, Bregman, Tees, Olsen, Judge. Marte drove out 138 runs for me. Like all these years, he scored 140 runs.
Who did?
Ketel Marte
Wow.
had 224 hits, 49 doubles.
Dang.
Soler led in homers. Bregman second. Judge was 8. Bregman led in walks. Soto was 7th. Judge was 8. Dave Chang.
You know, the thing is Darvish probably won't appear in any of these because I probably had him out of my. I'm certain I had him out of my rotation at the end of the year. That's interesting.
Clevenger was the league ERA leader.
What was his ERA?
3.24.
Wow.
Glasnow, DeGrom, Strasburg, Yarbrough, Greinke, Verlander, 392, Flaherty, Montas, Corbin. Scherzer led in strikeouts. Alcantara was 23 and 8.
Dang.
Clevenger 26. Greinke 20 and 7. Morton 17 and 8 for me.
Nice.
Home runs allowed. Boyd, Gardner, Doc, Young, Smith, Carrasco, Herman, Minor. Minor gave up 3 bombs. 240 innings,
How many bombs?
something.
Hmm.
Then 263 innings.
Okay, this is weird. We're 100 games in, and the Noswads are in, well, they were in second, they're now in third. Did not expect to see that, but the Anti-Harmonies are 2 games behind the Spacemen at 110 games. The Sluggers are not, they're only 3 games ahead, 2 games ahead.
Yeah, the Oswalds are going to hold on.
They're in third, man. Up, now they just slipped to fourth. The Carp just slid ahead of them. I don't know. Pretty tall task. They traded away a lot of talent. But they added Yelich. If Yelich can hoist the team on his back, who knows? Yeah, they're fading. The Thunderbolts just passed them. Thunderbolts are in a battle with Lecoq for third right now. It's nip and tuck.
Was it you in first, Harp in second?
Yeah, I kind of ran away with this one. Oh, no, now you popped up into second. Stormtroopers are comfortably in first in the carry. Voodoo Dogs comfortably in second, and Endorphins in third by 4 games. So looks comfortable if you're an Endorphin fan. Looks like you're going to the playoffs. Oh wait, no, we play 166 games now. So we shall see. But the Voodoo Dogs might score 1,100 runs. That's something. Here we go. Let's see where we at. 164. Alright, almost done here. Stormtroopers are going to win the carry. 110 wins for the Stormtroopers, 102 for the Voodoo Dogs, and 96 for the Endorphins. Over in the Buck, we have 110 for the Rottens, 100 for Lecoqs, and a tie for third place between the Carp and the Thunderbolts, each with 92 wins. Noswads, they stayed tough. They finished with 90 wins.
Wow.
Oh, what it would have been like to see that played out, but instead we'll just print this out and move on. There'd have been a 1-game playoff between the Carp and the Thunderbolts. There would have been a postseason following that with the winner of that game playing the Lecoq. Yeah, could have been exciting. I'm sure people in some alternate universe enjoyed the hell out of that.
Yeah, I would have liked that.
Alright. Number 11 is uploading. And number 12 is starting.
Somebody's got to knock you off. We only got this season more to accomplish.
It doesn't need to happen, Pat. It actually did happen. Look at our actual season. Craig knocked me off.
Yeah.
So it did happen. So it doesn't need to happen again. Come on.
Yeah.
Have a heart.
Interesting. All right, batting leaders. Season 11. Anderson, 324. Polanco arrived.
I gotta pause you for a second because Chris so far is 1-16, 1-17, 1-18. 1 and 19. Oh, he finally won a game. Anyway, continue. That was just funny watching that tick up.
I hope he wins below 30 games. That'd be pretty awesome.
Anyway, go ahead.
All right, Rendon, number 9 on here. Gurriel was number 7. Yelich led on base. Rendon was second. Bregman was 4th. Freddie Freeman was 10th for me. Slugging, Gallo. Soler was 2. Rendon was 6. Bregman was 8. Freeman and Gurriel were. Bregman was 9. Freeman and Gurriel were 7 8 for me. Soler had 185 RBIs.
What?
Bregman scored 160 runs.
Oh my God.
Those are leaders. Tim Anderson, 228 hits. Was the leader with the rise. Doubles. Dickerson had 80. Buxton was second.
Wow.
Mondesi led in triples. Gardner had 13 for me. Soler hit 76 bombs. Garver hit 56 for me. That was my other guy on there. They had Acuna, Judge, and Bregman. Okay. Extra base hits. Soler was second. Rendon was third. Bregman was 4. You had a pretty good offense this year, didn't you?
Sounds like 185 RBIs. God, I would have loved watching that. I bet I did love watching it, actually.
All right, pitching leaders. Last now. Gonsolin, Clevenger, Montas, Strasburg, Verlander, Dakota Hudson, DeGrom, Ryu, Soraka. Garrett Cole led in strikeouts, then Verlander, Clevenger. He had 3 guys that had 100 walks for you.
Who's that?
This had 113. Alcantara had 102, and Keller had 98. Clevenger went 20 and 8 for me.
Nice.
Steele 18 and 10. Keller 17 and 7.
Solid.
Okay, let's see.
Well, I would have swapped out Darvish for Keller, and Keller pitched pretty well for me, so maybe it really wasn't that big a deal.
Haney led runs allowed.
How many?
65.
Wow. There's a lot of dongs.
Yarbrough had the most inning.
Yarbrough.
Okay.
Well, here we are well into season
3, right?
3. Yeah, so what is this, season 12?
Yeah.
And Pete Lecoq is leading the Buck. Gonna knock me off, Pat. Got a 2
There's a lot of games left.
Yeah. We finished strong. The Carp, distant 3rd place, and even more distant back is the Thunderbolts, the Noswads, the Harmonies, and in spite of a 2 and 19 start, the Spacemen are now 43 and 91.
Wow.
Yeah.
They changed managers.
Yeah. And then over in the Cary, the Stormtroopers and the Voodoo Dogs once again are duking it out for the title. Followed by the Short Bus and Endorphins, tightly packed, duking it out for that last playoff spot. Well, the Cox are playing 720 ball here. I mean, dang.
It's getting shit done there, sir.
It is. It's getting busy over there, man, over in Lecoq land. Come on, Rottens. You can do it. You're running out of time, though. One game back.
Oh, you're one game back?
Yeah. We're tied.
The games are left.
We're at 160 right now. 6 games left. It's a sprint. It's tight, Pat. Oh my god, jeez. I've scored like almost 1,200 runs here, and it's almost not enough. The Rottens hold out. Holy crap. 116 wins to Lecoq's 115.
Oh, man.
Oh my god. The Carp won 99 for a third place finish. Yeah, 99 wins. That sounds like a third place team.
And who was fourth?
Thunderbolts won 77. And then Noswads won 74. And in spite of starting 2-19, the Spacemen finished 6th place with a 56-win season.
Gotta be proud of that.
Yeah, you do. Stormtroopers won 107 over in the Carry. The Voodoo Dogs won 102. That's pretty respectable. And the Endorphins, with 88 wins, go to the playoffs. Alright, let's print this stuff out. That was exciting. Alright. Let's get these uploading. I'm sure there's some nice stats to look at in here.
Yeah.
A thriller, for sure.
Okay, we got 2 more of those, right?
Yeah, let's do 2 more.
All right. This is fun. What season are we waiting on? I'm waiting on 12, right? There it is.
Yep, 12 is uploading. And here we go. Lucky number 13.
This will be the one.
This will probably be it.
Knock you off.
Well, you know, by all rights, it needs to be Craig that knocks me off, because that's actually what happened.
Yeah. Not seeing it.
So far, it hasn't been there, but, you know, all it takes is one season. One well-placed,
Man,
well-managed season.
Marte 315 on here. God. Tim Anderson, Yelich, Rendon, Tatis, Arise, Marte, Bregman, Edmund, McNeil, Yuli, Gurriel. Bregman on base percentage leader. You had Rendon in there. I had Freeman and Soto. Slugging leaders, Yelich, 729. Bregman, 664. Rendon, 658. Judd, 618. Correa, 611. Encarnacion, 605.
Dang.
Garver, 605 for me. Runs batted in. Judge led with 148. Marte had 141. Garver had 134. Bregman led in runs. Rendon was second. Marte was seventh. Hits. Rendon was
What
third.
did Soler not play? He went from 185 homer, 176 homer, 185 RBI season to not even getting up there.
He wasn't
Crazy.
over 132. Hits. We had Rendon, I had Marte, and you had Bregman. Doubles, Rendon.
How many hit?
Marte, 77.
Woo!
Dickerson, Buxton, Marte. Triples, Albies. I had Gardner, Marte, and Betts at 7, 8, 9. Home runs, Soler, 63. He had 68 RBIs. Isn't that crazy? I'm just kidding. Bregman, 62. Garver, 60. 58. Encarnacion, 55. Extra base hit. Rendon and Bregman were top 2. Marte was 4. Garver was 10. Okay. Pitching. Giolito, Montas, Sonny Gray, DeGrom, Bieber, Cole, Yarborough, Charlie Morton, Gonsolin, Hendricks, Cole 11 strikeouts. Bieber was 6th. Clevenger was 9th. Walks. You had Keller Castillo with 112 apiece.
Did that lead?
Dakota Hudson had 114. Okay, wins. Strasburg 23-8. 22-7. Alcantara 22-12. Yarborough 20-9. Castillo 19-8. Frankie 19-8. Beaver 18-7. Morton 17-7.
Interesting.
Yep.
And who led in homers?
Allowed.
Yeah.
Smith again. Young. The Endorphins. Ray. Barrios. Haney. Smarja. Verlander. Paddock. Carrasco. Bumgarner.
Who's Smith?
Was that Caleb Smith?
Who's that?
I think it's Caleb Smith, isn't it? A lefty for Toronto.
Yeah, he's
The Marlins or Toronto or Tampa or something.
Yeah, he was with the Marlins. I'm not sure if he's still. I don't think he is. He's a kind of an interesting pitcher, but definitely prone to the long ball. And pitching in that stadium in Diamond Mine means he's really just gonna get torched. Well, here we are in season 13, and it's a three-way race. 84 wins for 3 teams: the Rottens, Lecoq, and Carp. Voodoo Dogs comfortably in first with a 91 win pace so far. Well, it's been interesting. Well, Pat, your team is definitely much, much better.
Yeah.
After making all those deals.
At least it looks like I make the right decisions. Too little, too late, I guess.
Yeah, but take that knowledge going forward. And, could be a good thing for your team next year.
We've learned a few other things too along the way, though, I think.
Always learning. And then you just, you think you kind of got a thing or two figured out, and the baseball landscape changes. Like, it becomes all of a sudden like a homer haven or a pitcher's haven. Remember just like a few years ago, 2014, pitchers just were dominating. You remember that?
Yeah.
Let me see. Our league leader that year in home runs. All right, we have it finished up. The Rottens 107, Lecoq 104, Carp 101, Thunderbolts 95, Noswad's 83, Harmony's 49, and Spaceman 44 wins. Over in the Cary, it's 105 wins for the Voodoo Dogs, 101 for the Stormtroopers. Endorphins 92, Browners 76, Short Bus 75, Burrs 68 and the Sluggers 62 wins.
Alright, we got one more.
Lucky number 13 that was. I'll get that uploading here in a second. Yeah, so 2014. So like pitching leaders, Adam Wainwright had a 2.13 ERA that led the league. Arrieta 2.21, Carrasco 2.41, Kluber 2.53, Sale 2.62, Fires 2.70, Kershaw 2.73. Our number 10 pitcher in the league in ERA had a 3 ERA.
Wow.
That would have led our league this year. What a difference does that make?
Who won that year? Who won in 2014?
Who won the World Series?
Yeah.
You did.
I did.
You swept the short bus. Yeah. Uh, batting leaders. Let's see. Encarnacion led the league with 37 home runs. Slugging percentage leader was JD Martinez with 544. Isn't that crazy? That's just like 5 years ago. Games are
Yeah,
uploading.
all right, I got 13 leaders if you're ready.
And so to finish that thought, um, basically you think you got something figured out, and all of a sudden, like the total environment changes from 2014 to 15 to 16. Like the home run environment totally changed, and like I don't know. I think the way you have to construct your team has changed as well.
Yeah.
So anyway, yeah, go ahead. Let's hear some 13.
All right, Arise versus Mancada. Yuli Gurriel was fourth for me. Marte was seventh. On base leaders, Arise 95, Yelich 94, Bregman was third, Rendon was seventh. Bet was fifth. Devers was the slugging percentage leader. Soler was second. Encarnacion was fourth. Camino was seventh. Hits, Arise, and Mancada were the leaders. Marte was sixth. Rendon was ninth. Runs, Gallo led in runs. Bregman was second. Rendon was four. McCann was ninth. Runs betted in. Soler 163. Voodoo Dogs had 5 guys in the top 10. Doubles, Dickerson, Buxton, Urshela, Marte was 10th for me. Triple, Gardner was 5th. Simeon was 10th. Home run, Soler had 71. Acuna was 3rd. Encarnacion was 6th. It was 7. Garver was 9. Extra base hit, Dickerson led, and then Soler. And then Rendon was 8. Okay, pitching. Class now. Savali, Scherzer, Gonsolin, Yarborough, Soraka, Ponce de Leon, Paddock, Clevenger, Greinke.
A lot of familiar names there.
Yeah. Terra walked 129. Yeah. Castillo 109. Wins. Yarborough 24 and 6.
Wow.
Scherzer 20 and 5. Alcantara 94. Morton 8 and 6. And that is it for us.
Interesting.
I had 5 guys in the top 10 for quality start percentage.
That's good.
Home runs, Smith 64. Verlander 61. Okay. And we're into our last season.
Season 14. And we're at the 105 game mark.
You win?
Yeah, looks like this one will be a rotten victory. I'm 18 games up over the second place team, which is you.
Jesus.
Yeah, at 110 games, I already have a 300 run differential positive. Something's clicking this particular season for the Rottens.
Did you score 1,000 runs this past season? You did, right?
Probably. I didn't look at that.
I'm just saying in our regular season.
Oh, yeah, in this universe. Yeah, I scored. Let's see. Get you an exact figure. The Rotten scored 1,001 runs.
Barely.
Just squeaked it out last game of the year. Matt scored 1,061 runs. Yeah, we're cooling off a little bit, but still have a 16-game lead. Voodoo Dogs with a comfortable 9-game lead in the carry. Oh, it's down to 7 now. Oh, the lead's down to 12 games. Pat, you're charging.
Yeah.
I'm over 1,000 runs scored. Matt's over 1,100. Jeez. Stormtroopers 12 wins in a row. That was impressive. That got him, pulled him within 5. Well, Lecox is going to win 100 games again. Carper in third by 6 games. Looks like Endorphins will win 100 games and pull off a 3rd place finish. And there we go. That is it. The Rottens win 112, Lecoq 99, and the Carp with 90. They're going to the playoffs. Voodoo Dogs 114, Stormtroopers 107, and the Endorphins with 96 wins. So, let's get this printed.
We'll get our leaders.
Yeah. Number 14. But a lot of familiar names. And you know, as good as Darvish was, one of the guys who replaced him, it'd be either Keller or Alcantara. I've heard you call both of their names several times too. So.
Yeah, they both won a shit ton of games and pitched a ton of innings for you.
Yeah, Alcantara, that was one great thing about getting him, is he had an excellent fatigue. He threw a lot of innings for me. Alright, there's that. It is uploading.
Okay. Well, this was fun. Thanks for doing this.
Yeah, it was fun. You're welcome. This could be something we could do every year just to kind of see. I mean, this is imperfect. You know, people who want to tweak their rotation or not have a certain starter throw against a certain team, you know, they could manipulate it in a way to avoid that. But, you know, it's still as like a way to just assess teams and the strength of their teams, I think, on a sort of even keel. I think that's what this is good for. So, all right.
Here are your leaders: Moncada, Devers, Arise, Reynolds, Maben, Freddie Freeman, Rendon, LeMahieu, O'Hara. First time I've seen his name. On percentage leader Freddie Freeman. Bregman was 3rd, so it was 10th for me. Betts was 5th. Slugging leaders was Peterson and Gallo. Soler was 4th. Correa was 7th. Bregman was 10th. Freeman was 9th for me. Hit leaders: Arise, Moncada, Kendrick, Rendon was 5. Marte was 10 for me. Bregman led in runs. Rendon was 5th. Correa was 8th. Runs batted in: Moncada. Soler was 2nd. Bregman was 5. Marte was 7. Simeon was 10. Doubles: Buxton, Dixon. For the leaders, triples: Gardner was 2nd for me. Marte was 9. Home runs: Soler 64. Garber hit 60 for me. Correa was 3rd. Bregman was 5th. Carnacion was 8th. Walks: Muncy was 1st. Soto was 4th. Bregman was 2nd. Okay, pitchers. Strasburg, Yarborough, Verlander, DeGrom, Scherzer, Castillo, Glasnow, Gray, Woodruff, Vermont. Verlander leads in strikeouts was 358.
Wow.
Clevenger was third for me. You got your walks. Keller had 114. There had 109. Wins, Yarborough 21-6, Corbin 19-10, Strasburg 7, Perry 8, Paddock 17-7, Verlander 17-10, DeGrom 16-6. Greinke and Buehler both had 16 wins for me. And we'll go to home runs for our last stat. Tanaka gave up 71. Caleb Smith 62. And either me or you had anybody on there. Mike Minor gave up 57.
Interesting. So, I don't know. What do you think? Any conclusions out of this?
Well, I probably should have made... That's my conclusion. But no, I don't know. It was... We're going to look and see what Ketel Marte hit for the regular.
I mean, definitely, the trades you made definitely, it's understandable why your team won 96 games. Because I don't know, earlier in the season you were doing okay, but you were still sort of scuffling, a little over 500, I think.
Yeah, my pitching was pretty bad at the beginning now.
Yeah. But by the end, the team that you had was definitely a good team. And, just looking at these replays, watching that team over 166 games, I mean, that team was just a lot better than the team you started with.
Yeah. Because I got, second every time?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And, you had, oh gosh, you probably averaged over 100 wins across all those seasons. I'm just kind of spitballing it, but I mean, because you had one that you won 115, that alone's going to push the average way up, but several of them you've finished over 100 wins. So, definitely that team you finished with was a strong, strong team.
Well, Craig led from beginning to end the whole season, right?
Pretty close, yeah. And that kind of falls into that zone where, being able to make tweaks and stuff. And, also it's just, we could look at the average number of wins, and if you ask the question what's the advantage of being the person who runs the games? Well, if Craig makes a lot of lineup changes and pitching changes and stuff, which I suspect he does, then you could look at it and say, okay, well, he won 107 games in the regular season, and let's say his average was 80 wins in all these replays. I don't know what it is. I'm just saying. But if it was 80 wins, then you could say, well, being able to run the games is, worth 27 wins on average.
Yeah.
If you have, also, though, you have to have the personnel to pull it off. Because if you have a bunch of crap players that you're shuffling around, it won't matter. It's not worth 27 wins. But, yeah, I mean, it's, that could illustrate the benefit of doing that. But also, look at my team. Another interesting tidbit that came out of this was maybe I just wasn't playing the right players. So maybe I went out and made trades that, weren't necessary, because I should have been pitching Darvish instead of pitching whoever I was early before I did make those trades. Or maybe I pitched Darvish till I made the trades. I don't know. But, maybe Darvish and Alcantara is a wash and I don't have to do that trade. So it's how we deploy, how we assess our players that we do have, and then how we deploy them.
Yeah.
I don't know. This is kind of interesting, though. So.
Well, it was fun, man. I appreciate it.
Yeah, for sure. We'll do it again next year.
All right.